you need to love yourself the most. That's so untrue. You need to love your friends and family more. Loving yourself is selfish, it's irresponsible, and it's absolutely wrong. It is your duty to make sure that everyone around you is happy. And if they're not, it's your fault. That's exactly how most of us live our lives. And that's absolutely perfect. If this is what you want to hear, then you're in the wrong place. Because I'm going to tell you the exact opposite. I believe in self-love. Not the selfish kind, but the kind where I want to be the best version of myself for everyone around me. I want to love myself so much that I can accept people and any situation around me for what it is without any judgment. We don't live on an island in isolation. People and relationships are a very important part of our lives. I want to radiate love from the inside out, where I'm not seeking external validation. Instead, I'm choosing to live life the way it's truly supposed to be lived, with happiness and peace. I believe that if you can't love yourself, you cannot love anyone else. In this video, I'm going to give you a unique take on why self-love is not just important but necessary, what it looks like and what it doesn't, and how to practice it. If you pay attention, this will change your mindset about the way you live your life. Let's start with the why. This is for those of you who are not on the same page as me and who don't believe that self-love is really important. It is essential to love yourself because no one else knows you better than you know yourself. Your strengths, your weaknesses, your journey, your life, your struggles, your story. You are the only person who's with you from the moment you wake up till the last minute that you go to bed. And you're the only person who's going to be with yourself in your last breath. And yet we spend our entire lifetime seeking validation and approval from others. Why would we hand our remote control in someone else's hand to push our buttons? Let's watch some comedy.
Okay, I'm in a good mood today.
Let's watch something serious.
Okay, आज मैं दुखी हूँ.
We confuse people pleasing as being a good person. अगर हम बाकी लोगों को खुश रख सकते हैं, हमें लगता है कि we've done something fantastic, we are amazing. आज हमने किसी को खुश किया. It is not our responsibility to make other people happy. But we have been trained in a way where we assume that our self-worth is based on other people's opinions of us. कभी आप एयरपोर्ट गए हो and you've seen people carrying like a trolley bag, going through check-in, security, boarding. It's all done in a jiffy. And then there are people who carry tons of baggage where they're standing in a long queue. Everyone around them is getting irritated. They themselves are irritated. They're paying for excess baggage. They're spending their time, their energy, their resources. Do you want to be behind those people? Or would you rather follow people who are just going through? The more we carry other people's opinions with us, the heavier we travel. It's just easier to travel light. Also, loving yourself truly helps protect your energy. It's like an emotional sunscreen. It creates an invisible yet effective barrier from hurt, pain, validation. If we can protect ourselves from getting hurt, we can protect others from getting hurt. Because hurt people hurt people. If you can protect yourself, you do not spread that hurt out into the world. Now let's move on to what self-love really means. Firstly, self-love is an ongoing process. It is not a destination. This is something that you need to do on a day-to-day basis. And it has different meanings depending on where you are in your life. When I was 18 years old, self-love to me meant working out, looking hot, and being my best self in public. After having my kids, self-love meant taking a nap and going in for a massage. Today, self-love means protecting my boundaries and finding my life purpose. So as you live your life, the definition of self-love changes, and that is absolutely normal. You evolve as and when your love for yourself grows. Self-love is anything that picks you up on days when things are not going okay. Self-love is not to be confused with self-care. Self-care is on the external, but self-love is internal, how you really feel from inside. It gives you the confidence that you need to keep moving on in life. Self-love means knowing yourself, talking to yourself, spending time with yourself, asking yourself questions. What do I really want? What drains me? What excites me? What do you feel under a certain situation? Ask yourself these questions and listen to the answers. Self-awareness and self-acceptance is the next step, where you know the good, the bad, and the ugly. We come as a package deal, and when we accept that this is what we are and we know where we are coming from, then you're grounded in reality. It also means working on yourself. It's not about saying, oh, I know I am overweight and I have accepted that. No. If I'm overweight and if it bothers me, then I will work on changing it. It's about improving on yourself wherever you can, because you want to, not because anyone else expects you to. It's also about respecting yourself, where you can learn to say no when you want to say no instead of saying a yes. कितनी बार हमारी लाइफ में ऐसा होता है कि हमको मन नहीं करता कुछ करने का, but we only say yes because other people will judge us, other people expect it out of us. It is okay to say no. It is also about setting up your boundaries. These boundaries could be high brick walls, or it could be just a fence, depending on your circumstances. It's about valuing your time. Your time is yours. We all have limited time on this planet. Who is anyone else to determine how you should spend your time? Now, coming to what self-love is not. Firstly, it is not selfish. Because when you love yourself, you come from a place of authenticity. You come from a place of truth. You come from a higher self where you know what you are all about. And when you come from that place of knowing, you're not judging anyone else. No one else is competition to you. You know your worth and you know everyone else's worth around you. Nothing intimidates you. आपको डर नहीं लगता. So how is that selfish? Also, it's not disrespectful. Just because you think about yourself first does not mean that you're disrespecting everyone else around you. You are acknowledging what you are all about, and therefore that fills your cup. You cannot give from an empty cup. Self-love is not about being irresponsible. It's about being more responsible, where you can handle every situation around you better because you're coming from a better space. And it is not about chasing perfection. You know, we assume if you love yourself, you only care about yourself and nothing else. It's about your appearance, how perfect you are, etc. It's not about that. The self-love I'm talking about is what stays with you when all the external things that give you validation goes away. Today you may work out for a week and feel, wow, this is something I'm doing for self-love. But the next week, if you have an injury and you're not able to work out, does your self-love go away? No. When you learn to truly love yourself, you accept your situation, you love yourself through it all, the highs, the lows, everything. I hope by now I've been able to drive the point across why self-love is so necessary and what it is and what it isn't. But it's of no use unless we know how to actually use it practically in our life on a day-to-day basis. Loving yourself is a skill that needs to be learned. It's a mindset shift, and we are tuned to serve everyone else around us. That is how we live our lives. It is not something that comes automatically to us if we decide to do it today. It takes time, it takes perseverance, but eventually it works. The first point is play fair. Imagine that you're playing a game. All players need to follow the same rules. Why do we have different rules for ourselves and a separate set of rules for the other players? How is that fair? You deserve the same patience, the same kindness, the same compassion that you give every other person around you. Would you ever talk to anyone else the way you talk to yourself? Would you not forgive someone else when they make a mistake the way you do not forgive yourself? We need to play fair. Let's have the same rules. Talk to yourself exactly how you would talk to anyone else. Secondly, don't believe everything that people say. Everyone comes from their own space, their own experience, and their own judgment. Everyone has their own opinion based on what they have experienced in their past. And it may have nothing to do with you. They may have your best intention in mind, but it may not be relevant to you. It's very easy for other people to comment on you when they say, आपने शादी नहीं की अब तक, आपकी उम्र निकलती जा रही है, आपने अभी तक बच्चे पैदा नहीं किए, your time is running out. How do they know whether whether you're suffering from infertility. They don't. They are coming from their experiences. Or आपको अपना वजन कम करना चाहिए, बहुत अच्छे दिखोगे. They don't know what hormonal imbalances you may be going through. We have our own journey, and so do they. So let's not believe what they're saying. People around you just passing a comment ruins our today. It's not worth it. But if we are self-assured that we know why we are making certain decisions, we know what we are all about, none of these comments are going to affect us. The third point is to be nice to ourselves. Once we learn to actually talk nicely to ourselves, nobody can be disrespectful to us. If you feel that you are doing your best and you are putting your best foot forward, कोई कुछ भी कह ले आपको फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. Normally when people say something to you, we have two responses. Either we retaliate, we answer back, or out of respect, we don't answer back. पर हमारे मन में तो चल रहा होता है उसने ऐसे कहा, and that gives out a form of energy as well. We have a third option. We can decide to transform that energy. हमें ना वापस retaliate करना है, ना उसके बारे में सोचना है. We are going to think the way we were thinking even before that comment was made. It's like playing the game of poker, where it doesn't matter what cards you're dealt with. If you can manage to keep a poker face through it all, internally, you still have a chance to win. And it all begins with being mindful of our thoughts. The fourth point is to learn to love people from a distance. Have you ever bought a pair of shoes that are so uncomfortable that it gives you blisters? आप जब भी कबर्ड खोलोगे, आप उसको देखोगे, and then you leave it right there because you know that it hurts. So sometimes it is okay to love people that way as well. Keeping people at a distance for your own self is essential. It doesn't mean that you don't love them anymore. It just means that you're protecting yourself. And that is one way of practicing self-love. In conclusion, I would like to say that the way you treat yourself sets the tone for how other people treat you. It's about knowing your worth and protecting your peace. And when you do that, you make room for the right people, the right opportunities, and the right energy. Don't forget to mention in the comments what steps do you take to prioritize self-love and what resonated with you the most in this video. I would love to hear from you. In case you still find yourself procrastinating and not being able to make a change, then watch this video next and I'll see you there. Bye-bye.